thing about it is y'all can have y'all's opinions and feel how y'all want to feel. But one thing, a DT female, whatever she is, I don't even know what she is at this point, can't say is that I just never ever had anything to do with my children or took care of them or this and that. You can't say that about me because there is only one child that I wasn't given the option to be in her life or to stick around and continue getting my shit together and have visitation or whatever. I have one child that I wasn't given that opportunity to be a part of her life or to reintegrate with my family. My other two kids, although I am not perfect and I don't always do everything how others may see fit, because others always have an opinion about how people parent, I have raised my kids. I'm here every waking moment with my kids. If anything that needs to be done, I'm the person who takes care of it. They don't go without. Not mentally, not emotionally, not physically. Everything that my kids need, they have it. And I'm the only person providing, right? So to hear somebody like downtime, someone who has not fucking done anything for her kids, have an opinion on me and how I am or who I am as a mother, I think that's quite fucking pathetic. Because you sat up there and you mocked my kids and X, Y, and Z and didn't even know a sack of shit about your own kids. And for that, any conversation that is about basically running your ass through the dirt, I'm going to be there. And I'm going to put my 2 cents in the comments because you don't have no room to judge nobody. You want to get on there with your sob ass stories about why you couldn't or how you couldn't and all that X, Y, and Z bullshit. But in reality, you should have, and you chose not to. And then kept having kids and still not doing it. See, the difference between me and you is, bitch, when my daughter got taken away, I didn't jump right in and have another kid. I did wait, and trust and believe I didn't plan to have any more kids after that. That's just what happened. But those other kids that I had, I raised them. I take care of them. All my kids were just handed off to somebody else or the state and was like, oh, well, you guys do it. You guys can take care of this for the rest of their life. That's not what happened. Now, people may have an opinion about the few times that I asked for help or I need someone to lean on so I can get my shit together, and that's fine. Have your opinion. But at the end of the day, guess what? Guess who is still taking care of their kids? Me. Even if I ask for help. So I don't know, but it just focuses to me to see, what's her name? Downtime. Have such an opinion. And you didn't even do right by your own children. They don't even know you for real. And that's pitiful. But everybody wants to pass judgment on someone who actually takes care of their kids. I'm confused. And no, I ain't perfect. And everybody ain't got to agree with every decision that I make. But you know what? For me, it doesn't fucking matter. Because what y'all may say or feel about me as a parent, I can tell you when it comes to professionals. And when I say that, I mean the people that play a part in my kids' either daily life or monthly, yearly, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Whether it's the members of the school, whether it's the doctors and the specialists that my kids have to see. The validation from them of me as a parent is more important to me than validation from some motherfucking strangers on the internet. I don't care about that. It is no importance to me what a bitch feels on the internet compared to the people that actually play a part in my kids' growth, development, and overall their life, because these are people that they see up until a change is made, correct? And unlike some, I take my kids to the doctor. Actually, to be honest, I take my kids to the doctor for checkups more than the average person, to the point where sometimes they tell me, hey, so you got to wait until this date because you've already used this amount of appointments for this specific thing, and you can only have so many of these appointments within the year covered by Medicaid. Because I like to make sure that my kids are developing properly, and if they're sick, that they get routine checkup with their doctor to make sure, hey, you're clear to go back to school now, or X, Y, and Z. I'm that type of bitch when it comes to being a parent. So with that being said, I can give a f about a bitch saying, oh, well, you're on social media, so you can't give a fuck about your kids. That's not true because I'm not always on social media. And to be quite frank, because of how people have painted this image of me on social media, a lot of times when I go live now, my kids are not even fucking home. If I do go live, they're not home. They're at school. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I'm at home doing what I'm supposed to be doing, which is if I want to go live, I can go live. If I want to do shit around my house, that's my time to do my shit around my house. But what y'all can't say is that I'm on here as consistently as I used to be in fucked up situations. In fucked up situations, I used to be on social media a lot because social media was kind of more so an outlet for me or a place where I could express myself and carry the on. Or even just have support going through some of the things that I was going through. Now, not so much. I could really give a less about social media. I listen to a lot of social media, but I don't always have to comment and I don't always have to be on here. You really don't. You get on social media when you feel like or when you have time for yourself to do so. Exactly. It's changed so much from when I first really started getting into social media. When I first really started getting into it, I was on here all the time. But I also had a little bit more leeway as far as going live if I wanted to, up until the person I was living with expressed that they would prefer me to spend more family time than going live. I would go live more because I knew even if my kids happened to be at the house, they'd be inside with her kids. Or so I could go in the garage or I could go the fuck outside and go live and not have to worry about whether my kids were being watched or not while I was on. Same thing at my sister Taisha's house. If we was all cooling and my sis was up and everything, and she's ready, and the kids were just running around doing them because she also had a kid around my kid's age. Shit, she'd be like, sis, go where you gonna go live. Whether that's, and she pimped her whole goddamn garage out just to make sure that I had a place to go live because she realized that I was comfortable in there. I would go in there because it would get cold outside. Now, don't get it twisted. I was always welcome to go live in her house if I wanted to. She made it very clear, sis, if you want to go live, just go live. It's cool. The only reason why I didn't is because I knew that I used to be in and out of a lot of bullshit on social media, and I didn't want to be in her house, whether that's being in her house being loud or whatever. I didn't want to project that energy within her home. So I would go in the garage or go outside. That way it wasn't disrupting the household. And she never was bothered by me going live. She didn't give a damn. It's just my place to be respectful. That's what I would do because I wanted to respect my sis, my friends, period. But since I've moved here and regained my peace and been able to actually focus and put my time into something that actually matters to me, which is going to school. That's what matters to me. It matters to me more than social media shit. I don't care how depressed I get. I still make sure my schoolwork gets done, bro, because it is important to me to have a career. Not just go to school because you feel you're benefiting from going to school, but because it really matters to me to get a degree, to have a career, so that I can do whatever the fuck it is I want to do within my future without having to worry about the fact that I don't have these credentials or this certificate, so I don't qualify to do said job. Like, who the fuck wants to live the rest of their life like that? Not me. So I'm like, no, I want to do more for myself, do more in my life. So I'm focused on going to school. I'm focused on recentering myself and remembering what life was like before the social media shit. Because there were things I used to do that I enjoyed more before I started doing social media, which was being able to actually enjoy relaxation time as relaxation time, as far as chilling out, watching TV, shit, listening to music if I want. Anything that didn't involve going live or even just staring at my phone while lives are on. So I've been recentering myself to the point where I'm not as concerned with social media because the thing is, social media is not that important to me. It's not. What do you get out of this shit other than hearing people bitch back and forth at each other anyways? But my whole thing about it is, this is one thing I do have to say about the situation at hand with this whole downtime bullshit. Now, I see that Teletubby is trying to defend downtime. With all of that just came out, right? I would love to know why you're defending her. But yet, you sit on this internet daily and harass someone. And you can't say it's not harassment because she doesn't want to talk to you. She's not going to talk to you at all. Because the first time she let you up on her shit, you were very fucking disrespectful. Not to include that's something her and her wife have talked about, and her wife doesn't want her to have a conversation with you. So why do you continue to try to go on her lives or call her phone or do any of that shit when you know that you specifically, contact from you is not wanted? You know that. And then when she doesn't give you the time of day, you just go live and you talk shit about her for God knows however many hours you feel like it, which that's your choice. But I'm saying all that to say you are harassing Maybae for supposedly being what you feel, because this is what you feel, and whoever the fuck else feels it, but you don't have any truth or facts behind what you're saying about her. But you're harassing her for being NSO, right? You're harassing her for, you feel, trying to be a part of Black culture, because technically that's some of the fucking subs you throw, right? You're harassing her as a grandparent. You're harassing her as a mother, a friend. Any aspect of her life, you're trying to fucking rip it apart. But you're also willing to sit there and defend a bitch that you don't even know. You've never had dealings with this lady downtime, aside from her coming and trying to latch on to you so you could be someone that she protected. When in reality, the bitch is scum, right? You're defending her for the same shit. And it's not even the same shit because unlike downtime, Maybe actually was a part of her kid's life. May not have been perfect because ain't nobody perfect, but she was a part of her kid's life. She's been there. She's loved her kids. She's watched them grow and turn into the people that they are today. As for downtime, has never had a moment of genuine dependency of being a parent. She hasn't done it. Other than what she said, first 9 months of her kid's life, each kid, that was how long she lasted with the duration of being a parent. Lady, what the fuck? So, what are we on, tipster? I'd love to know. Why is it okay to defend downtime where there's actually proof that she was a piece of shit ass mom? Where there's actually proof that she's a piece of shit ass friend? Where there's actually proof that she was in a relationship with a registered SO? Since to y'all on the internet, that doesn't matter. These things play a factor for downtime. So why are you defending downtime when all you do is harass the other person and you just have feelings built about this person? You don't have facts. Whether you like what she does on social media or not, you don't have facts. You have piss water with no proof. You can't go in the database and pull up a photo right now and say, oh, this person is this. You can't do it because it doesn't exist. But you can do that to the person that downtime was with. And it's okay because you said, oh, well, it's all right because they left. What sense does that make? She was willingly in a relationship with the SO. That's what the fuck is being told to you. So then that should stand for the whole situation as a whole. If it's okay for downtime to be with a registered SO and you want to protect and defend her and she's so fucking great even though you don't know who she is, then you should probably maintain that fucking energy with other people that you decide to speak on, that you claim that you just hate so much for this and that. You should just pipe down, honey. This is crazy about what happened. Everybody's panties are in a wad right now because more and more shit keeps getting leaked about downtime. But I just find it hilarious that someone like Tipster is defending downtime. And I'm never going to leave her alone. I don't give a fuck. This boy is forever smoke. You said what you said about my kids. You said what you said about other people's kids. You want people to believe you're the victim here. You're not the victim. You're a psychopath. That's how I feel about it. And I will never take my foot off your neck. I don't give a fuck. It's up and it's done. Everybody, whether anybody wants to acknowledge this shit or not, I'm going to say this respectfully. Tippy got on this internet thinking that she was going to disrespect everybody and talk to everybody crazy and they were just going to lay on their backs and take it. So far, the people that she had been talking about were laying on their backs and taking it. And guess what? I decided, no, punk ass bitch, I'm not going to lay on my back and take it. Therefore, if it's disrespect, then it's going to be disrespect all the way around the board. So I finally stepped out of my element with Tiggy and let her know, ain't nobody fucking scared of you, honey. Nobody's pressed. Nobody gives a fuck. We don't know where the fuck you came from. Whatever rock you crawled out from under, go ahead and crawl back under it. I started this shit. I initiated an issue with Timmy first because, bitch, you already been nitpicking and talking about people, and I'm one of them. And you don't have no boundaries. And then the moment that somebody doesn't like what you say or agree with what you say, because in reality, I really just social distance myself from the lady because I was tired of hearing all the derogatory stuff said towards kids because that shit is not okay. I was tired of her trying to paint these fucking narratives of shit that never happened and was never going to happen, even within my situation or my relationship held with this person, even though you don't fucking know what the fuck you're talking about. And I was tired of hearing this refer to me as a boy, when in reality, I'm more feminine than you. I look more feminine than you. Now, I'm not a conceited person at all, by far. I really try not to be. I never really have been a conceited person or a stuck up bitch, which is probably why I didn't fit in with a lot of people. I didn't have a lot of friends because I'm not one of them. Therefore, I'm not saying it's a place from being conceited, but I truly do believe that a lot of bitches don't like me, or they try to make fun of my looks and shit because they know I'm genuinely a pretty bitch. I really am. There's nothing ugly about me. I walk outside loving my natural skin. I love me how I am without a face full of makeup or having to be done up 24 fucking 7, because being a parent, unless you're a perfectionist, bitch, you ain't done up 24/7. I like to be comfortable within my own skin. I'm comfortable with how the fuck I walk around my house. Now, maybe there's a few things that I can fucking quirk about me, but the reason why they are the way they are is because my priority, if I go out and I'm shopping or doing whatever the fuck I'm doing, clothes shopping, whatever, I'm not clothes shopping for me. I'm clothes shopping for my kids, bro. You know how many times I was supposed to do shit for myself? I don't do shit for myself because I would much rather take that and do that for my kids instead of feeling like in that moment I'm being selfish. Even though that's not being selfish because my job is to take care of me too, I still feel like that's fucking being selfish. So I put more into my children than I put into me. Bitch, I'll go get a Five Below t-shirt. I'll get me 2, 3 Five Below t-shirts and be cool for the next 6 months as long as I got a couple more t-shirts, and get underwears and socks when I need to get underwears and socks, and be cool on that shit. Because I am not the priority here. So if we're talking in that aspect, that could be something that I can work on, is being more willing to put into myself. But that's not going to happen until my kids is grown and the fuck up at my house or wherever they choose to be. Even if they're still in my house, once it's less a priority to have to do 24/7 for my kids, that's when I'll start doing shit for me. And as I've said 1,000 times, I really believe that I'm going to have one kid that's still going to need to be in my home, in my care. Kiadra doesn't have to leave. He has to. I hope both my kids stay as long as they want to stay, and as long as they see fit, because this world is fucked up, to be honest. But my oldest son is a little bit more capable and coherent than my youngest son, so he may turn wrong and want to get the hell out of my house. He may make that choice, but they don't have to. So I just say all that to say, bitches who get on here and act like they shit don't stink, it do be stinking, and it's crazy to me. And I just find it hilarious that people have sat here and really decided to make the choice to judge my parenting. But you sit with bitches that ain't shit and ain't never been a parent. And the sad part about it is they're older than me. I'm about to be here in just maybe, I think I got what? This year I turned 29. Is it 29 this year? I don't know. It's 29, 28, 1 or 2. I can't fucking remember. Can't keep up with my own fucking age at this point. But before I know, I'm 30 years old. I'm gonna be 30 years old, and even though this shit ain't been perfect, and I've been rocking with the situation I've been rocking with, I've still been doing my shit. Like I said, even though I'm not perfect by far. I don't think any parent is. No parent is fucking perfect. But I do what I'm supposed to do, and I'm here, and I'm an active fucking parent. My kids aren't left to just figure shit out on their own, or for someone else to figure it out, because I'm just too fucking selfish and caught up in myself. I can't do it. But go the fuck off already. JC, I haven't said anything about anybody. That's what you don't realize. I haven't said shit. I've been over here minding my business. I ain't talked about nothing. I ain't talking about nothing or nobody. I ain't said shit on social media within the last couple weeks about nothing except for fucking Teletubby, and now, what the fuck is her name? Donkey. That's it. I ain't really got up here and said shit about nobody for real. But I just feel like since everyone's allowed to have their opinion, then I'm gonna have mine too, because these are two bitches that spoke on me as a parent and tried to insinuate shit that wasn't even a fucking fact. But here you are doing some weird shit. Crazy, because I haven't been in Connie's life. Crazy work. Little do y'all know, I don't fuck with Connie like that. If I'm in Connie's comments, regardless to whatever image anybody wants to paint, typically if I drop into her comments, it's because they're over there spewing false information, and I don't fuck with that at all. And she lets them say the shit knowing that it's probably false information, or that they don't have their fucking story right, or whatever they're accumulating over there, because they like to accumulate shit even though it may not always be 100% accurate, right? They come up with these fucking narratives and these stories, Therefore, if I hear something that involves me and it's not accurate what the fuck you're saying or your people in the comments are saying for you to fucking read and repeat and agree with, because you'll hit them with the right, or whatever bullshit and not even know what the fuck you're talking about. So that's the only time I ever dip into her comments for real, to tell her, hey, your information is not right. And then if I choose to say what I feel is the truth about the shit that you have a misconception of, then that's my choice. But I don't often go over there and have any conversation with Connie because I don't like how they try to manipulate and maneuver shit. And I also still don't like Connie from letting Shannon come up there and fucking lie. Because it's funny how when y'all don't like certain creators or whatever, anything that the next person says about that creator, it has to be true. You have to let them run with the story, even if it's a fucking sack of shit and a whole bunch of lies. You're gonna let them tell it, and you'll be more willing to listen to that before you're willing to listen to the other party that actually was involved with this fucking person. So the night that she did all that weird bullshit and she let that girl up there to disrespect me and again fucking lie to the world like she always fucking does, it was just truly a wrap for me that night. I was over it. I was done. Because this is probably the second or third person that has allowed this girl to come up there and lie and act like someone just did her so fucking down bad. But in reality, the truth is, you're a clout chaser. Any which way that you can get clout talking about motherfuckers that ain't never did a fuck ass thing to you for real, you're going to do it. Whether that's talking about May, whether that's talking about anybody that you claim you just so-called don't fucking like, but yet these are all the same people you wanted to sin under so fucking bad at the point in time, you're going to do it. And I just find that to be fake as fuck. I'm almost embarrassed to say that you're a Leo because that's not Leo behavior. We don't do shit like that. We don't try to be opportunists and then the moment that the opportunity doesn't follow through or whatever the fuck, then we just do the fucking most. Because in reality, I didn't do shit to you. You want to, like this, when I say that this girl continues to try to get my attention, bro, she continues to try and get my attention. Like, bitch, you said that I moved out here for you. Bitch, I haven't seen you anywhere. Don't plan on it. Don't care to. You and someone else, I guess, painted that narrative. I guess you said that you got that information from my supposed ex foster mom, whatever you want to call herself, because that's what she originally started at. I call her auntie first. You claim you got that information from her about me supposedly supposed to be coming out here for you. In reality, I have not spoken to you nor tried to find you or get near you the whole fucking time I've been here. Let's start there. Second of all, you keep painting this narrative. You ran to Tibby to tell her that I broke your fucking window. For what exactly? What did you gain out of that? Why are you talking about some shit that happened, what was it, in 2023? You're still talking about 2023? And we didn't even fucking, if you ask me, we didn't have no relationship. That was a pretrial. That was some temporary pretrial ass shit. We're trying this and that's that. We didn't even do anything together. That definitely ain't no fucking relationship. I ain't do nothing with you. You didn't do nothing with, and we didn't, nothing happened. That's the truth. That wasn't no real relationship. That was a fucking pretrial. So you mean to tell me that you're trying to tell everyone that I'm just such a fucking fucked up, crazy ass person, when in reality, you won't tell the full story. You won't tell them the full story. Bitch, you were being a hoe. You was hoeing for chump change, correct? There was different men every time I turned around at your fucking door on some weird shit. When you get questioned about it, you act funny, you get all defensive, talking crazy, asking me if you look like the type to fuck with men. Your baby was younger than mine. So clearly you fuck with men. Your baby wasn't even a year old yet when I first started fucking with you back in 2023. So you fuck with men. It's okay. That's fine. Just tell the fucking truth, because the other person you fucking with should be able to consent to say whether they want to be with somebody that's on that type of time or not. You didn't give me the fucking option to say yes or no. You didn't even give me the option to fucking put you on game if you was gonna be doing some hoe ass shit, to be honest. So I don't know. It blew me. It was nothing of importance or significance, but because the stupid bitch was playing in my face, she pissed me off, and I had already been drinking and not really in the mood for the bullshit. And she knew I wasn't in the mood because we had already gone at it a few times that specific day, because I caught her lying early as fuck in the morning, right? So the whole situation with that, there's more than just what the fuck she's telling me. Because she's not telling everybody where she continued playing on my motherfucking phone after I walked away from her. We had agreed we were going to do walk away from each other, give each other some time to cool down. She's not telling motherfuckers that she continued playing on my phone. She's not willing to tell the whole fucking story as to how we got to where we were prior to that anyways. And at this point, who gives a fuck? You're running around telling people that I broke your fucking window and how you were just so worried about this and so worried about that. But if you were really so worried, then bitch, you should have just told the cops who I was and let them take me to jail for breaking the fucking window. If we're being honest, you might as well have just done that instead of fucking around. But you didn't. But you didn't. You let it go so that you can get caught off the shit on the internet or whatever the fuck you were trying to do, which I didn't give a fuck. I figured that you were on some fuck ass shit anyways, and I could care less. But the moral of the story is, bitch, you're not the victim here. I'm not one to play games with nobody. I don't play games with no bitches. I don't play games with no man. And if we're going to call ourselves supposedly fucking around and you're keeping secrets and you're being a sneaky bitch, then whatever you get after that, that's kind of on you, especially if you're fucking manipulating my mind when I'm already pissed off. So it is what it is. Who gives a fuck? It wasn't like you was in a fucking house living at the fucking Bel Air, living your best life. Bitch, you were living in the same weekly as me. You went from living in an apartment to moving into the fucking weekly that I was living in. But again, that's your fault as to why you ended up moving into a weekly. That's nobody else's fucking fault but yours. Because you made dumbass decisions to stick around somebody you had no business sticking around and cost yourself your fucking place. That had nothing to do with me. And you intentionally put yourself where you put yourself so that we could be within close range of each other. So don't try to make it sound like a bitch just, had to go fucking 6 apartments down the street to fucking get to you, because that's not the case. We were within the same parking lot, bro. We were within the same fucking parking lot. So I don't know. That whole situation with that bitch is weird too. And I wish that she would stop finding reasons to speak on me or be involved with conversations that have to do with me. I want to be left alone. That's all I want. You're in 2023, bitch. Stay in 2023. I don't give a fuck about you no more. Whatever you thought we had going on, bitch, I didn't get attached to you enough to really give a fuck about you. I don't care. Live your life. Leave me the fuck alone. That's how I feel about it. Leave me alone. You don't have to jump in every conversation that has my name in it. You don't have to have a motherfucking opinion. You can just simply leave me alone. Because what you're not telling these people on the internet is you'll run your fucking cocksuckers and then turn around and contact the same people that you've been running your fucking cocksuckers about and act like everything's fucking cool. So you're really fake as fuck, and people should be careful even dealing with your ass, because you don't know what side of the fence you want to ride. Whether you want to fuck with us or you want to hate us. You need to pick one, bitch. Pick one. You literally sat up there on fucking Connie's live and admitted to these people that when I mentioned that you fucking kept trying to FaceTime me and all this extra shit, you basically admitted that that was the case. Shit, at one point in the conversation, the bitch said she was supposed to be coming to Vegas while I was still living in Vegas, as if that had any importance to me. I was going to want to link with this bitch. Come to Vegas, handle your business, go on. What the fuck that mean to me? The fuck? So y'all don't be knowing the whole story, but y'all be letting ditzy ass bitches up on y'all's panel, and that's why I don't fuck with y'all. Because this bitch has literally been worried about everything that involves me since the time we fucked around in 2023. Shit, another one in 2024 that was on that bullshit. And at this point, I don't even give a fuck what she do. Like, you want to go say what you want to say or whatever, fine. I don't care. Just leave me out of it. Just keep my fucking name out of it. And in fact, if you can't, that's fine too. I just won't. I'll just make sure I'm never at anywhere that you could possibly fucking be in order for me to see you trying to bring me out of character. Because at this point, motherfuckers act like I'm not supposed to have feelings or protect myself first in order for me to see you trying to bring me out of character. Because at this point, motherfuckers act like I'm not supposed to have feelings or protect myself first. I'm going to protect myself first. I don't have to subject myself to some shit that I don't want to go through. And it's no hard feelings towards anybody. It's just, that's just how I operate. You're only going to fuck me over so many times. People want to have opinions about who I decide to squash beef with or this and that. That has nothing to fucking do with y'all. When I say I am so tired of hearing people give their opinion about whether I should have been made shit, squash or cool enough to where we can at least be cordial. I don't want to hear that shit anymore. I really don't. That's not real fucking life. So you're entitled to your opinion the same as I'm entitled to mine. But let's not act like we ain't all grown here and ain't never heard a motherfucker, get so caught up in the moment in an argument with somebody to the point where they feel like they need to talk about their kids. This ain't the first time it's ever happened where I've had people talk about my children. Okay. Whether talking about my children, whether talking about my parenting, this isn't the first fucking time. Motherfuckers do that every time they get mad. A bitch can be jealous and talk about your kids. A bitch can be mad that y'all got kids by the same nigga and talk about your kids, or talk about your parenting, even though they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. That can happen with any interaction in life. You and a bitch can be best friends and fall out tomorrow, and a bitch can talk about your parenting and your children. There's with any of these bitches on the internet, period, whether good terms, bad terms, this is internet based for the most part. A lot of these people I've never seen a day in my life. I've never had to walk up to and shake hands with. None of that shit. So if I choose not to have some irrelevant ass social media ass beef, all because a bitch was being petty, I'm sure I was, because I know me. Okay. Can't nobody tell me about me. If I'm friends with a bitch and I hear my bitch's name, bro, I'm on that. I'm on that, period. I don't give a fuck. And motherfuckers that have been my friend, you know that about me. If I hear your name, bro, it's deaded. I'm on the ass. I'm going to say something because that's the kind of friend that I am. Now, I don't expect my loyalty out of everybody because not everybody's going to have the loyalty that I have. But I'm that bitch. But in reality, everybody on this fucking internet has partaken in the conversation that had to do with me, my mothering, or my children. Period. If we're being honest. I think the difference is I was only grown enough or cool enough to be like, you know what? This shit between me is really not that serious. Let me go ahead and dead that in this area so that it ain't got to be no smoke, because I was tired of hearing my name in situations because me and her just weren't on good terms. I was tired of it. I'm like, damn, I'm over here chilling. I'm cooling. I ain't even really been on the scene like that. And I'm still being brought the fuck up. So I chose to dead some shit so I ain't got to keep hearing my motherfucking name in a negative light from somebody that I shouldn't even be tripping with. There's no reason to trip. We didn't have no reason to fucking be beefing and tripping with each other. And I'm grown enough to say that, because sometimes that's simply what the back and forth is about. Motherfuckers that is tripping with each other. Whether somebody said something somebody didn't like, or there was a disagreement, or they couldn't come to an agreement. Shit be happening like that on social media. Good morning, friend. Love you. That's why I'm like, no, I ain't with that shit. I want my name to quit being mentioned, because everybody's entitled to their opinion, but some of this shit just really, it just ain't within my character. I don't know how to refrain from letting a motherfucker know that something is not within my character. You can feel this and feel that, or whatever the fuck you want to feel, have whatever opinion you want, but that doesn't mean that I don't have the right to stand up for myself and to be able to set those boundaries to say, even though you may feel this about me, that doesn't make this that you're saying about me true. It don't make that facts. And I'm always going to do that. I don't give a fuck. I don't feel like you should ever, as a person who's supposed to care about themselves, I don't think that you're ever supposed to just sit back and let people say whatever the fuck they want to say about you and demolish your character. And that goes for anybody in life. I'm not going to let you do that. You don't know how far I've come to be where the fuck I am today. You know about me from the time I started going live on this internet to now. You don't know where the fuck I've come from, what I've had to overcome, or what amount of growth took me to even get where I am now. You don't know. I wouldn't give a damn if you pretended to know. You don't. So you cannot tell me or try to convince this internet shit about me and think that I'm just going to rock with it because whatever you saying is going to bring views. I don't give a fuck about a view. I care about my image. Put some fucking respect on my shit. Because I'm not one of them. I'm not one of those. Y'all don't have to like me. I don't give a fuck about that. And that goes for, again, anybody. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like the choices I make, but I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do. And if what I want to do is not have beef with nobody, then I don't have to have beef. Some of you motherfuckers, it ain't even beef. It's just, I don't fuck with you no more. I don't have beef with everybody on this internet. I'm not really tripping with nobody. I just have decided not to fuck with you for whatever reason. I don't fuck with you anymore, or maybe we both subsided. Maybe you walked away. I got all types of fucked up friendships on this internet, and I take accountability in each and every one of them for where I was wrong, where I fucked up, where my mistakes lied. But it ain't no smoke with none of them. It just, okay, we don't fuck with each other. Cool. That's it. That's what it is for me. That's the type of energy I have towards the situation. But there are some people that still have this built up ass animosity, and they still feel the need to anything that has my fucking name in it, say something about it. For what? What the fuck do y'all? Some of these motherfuckers don't even surface to say anything on the internet until they figure out that I'm back on the scene doing something with so and so. Or this shit is crazy. It's ridiculous to me how many people really are dependent on certain topics to even fucking run their fucking page, bro. Whether truth or not truth. Now, there's some that have been here and consistent here. Maybe that's why it was easier to make it. This bitch has been here. She's been here. My opinion ain't always the same as everyone else's. We ain't all gonna have the same opinion. We can agree to disagree over there. Unlike other motherfuckers that call themselves running a page, it's their way or the highway.